go over this process. Once the body has used all the available glucose as energy, what is the process to pull out fat to usable energy? Well, actually, Aunt Martha, I will say a couple of points. If you haven't read the book, Why We Get Fat and What to Do About It by Gary Taubes, it's a great book. There's another book which is similar called Good Calories, Bad Calories. But Good Calories, Bad Calories is almost the same book with just 300 more pages by Gary Taubes. And if you really want more of a Reader's Digest version than either one of those, I think it was a New York Times article that started that whole thing for Gary Taubes. And I think it was Why We Get Fat and What to Do About It. I think that was the title of the article. Basically what he says is, and it's a good point, you know that middle-aged spread, that middle-aged fat that we start putting on. Most people think we start gaining fat because we're eating more. His perspective, and once you start looking at things like insulin and insulin resistance, the reality is probably something more like this. We start eating more because we're getting fat, and we're getting fat because of our insulin resistance. And our insulin resistance is causing our insulin to go up. Insulin keeps us from burning fat. So I don't know if we want to go any further into that concept, James.
No, that's great. That's a great point. And so when you solve that issue, the insulin resistance issue, your diet changes, recognizing you to eat to the glucometer, which she did last week. She said she got the glucometer and the CGM and started living according to it. She asked a question, and that you'll see now, I think you have, that's a whole different topic. You know, once you start burning that brown fat, I guess is how it's described. You know, is there any issues with that? I'll let you address that. But we are creating a course around this as well. So that course will be available in the near future. There was actually some early this morning charts we were building. We'll address this at a future time, but you might want to look at that question and talk about the fat burn, because once you do make insulin effective, or you unplug the mechanism of insulin resistance, your body gets its energy from that fat. So you can address it more, but that's the magic of losing weight.
Well, as you said, I do tend to be from Missouri. I do want to see real evidence. And here's the thing, the stuff that I do all day, every day with patients. You hear that concept, this chemical, this bad bioindicator, this bad thing, all is stored by fat. So if I burn fat, it's going to come back out in my body and cause more damage. I have yet to see anyone who got in more damage from burning fat than
the fat itself.
Than the fat itself.
Right.
Fat causes insulin resistance, and that causes more death, disease, and disability than anything that's happened in modern history, including the coronavirus epidemic or pandemic.
I'll tell an anecdotal story. Someone I know very close, I won't go into who, but someone I had dinner with last night has lost in about 6 or 7 months, 110 pounds.
Wow.
And obviously that was all fat. And they were at a point of liver failure. I mean, you know, saying you're going to die, you've got liver failure. And of course, soon after that will come kidney failure if you live that long. And their liver functions, their bilirubins, ALT, the ASTs, they all improved significantly. The kidney functions improved significantly. And my point, not being the doctor, but if burning that much fat was going to create a toxicity, you would see it in the liver. You know, that would show up in your liver functions, but those liver functions are improving. So if you want to show me as you lose weight and you go to the lab, look at your bilirubin, look at your AST, look at your ALT, look at those liver function tests, and you will probably see that those numbers are improving. And then that's just proof in the pudding.
It's a good point. Why wait for a disease and hope for a cure? I used to be an ER doc. My name is Ford Brewer. I quit ER after a few years because it was just so frustrating. Most of the things bringing people into the ER are things that should have been prevented, including heart attack, stroke, number one cause of death, number one cause of permanent disability. People think that you're just going to have those and that they're not predictable. Both of those are wrong. They are predictable, and you don't have to have them. Usually it's lifestyle. Lifestyle is more important than supplements and even prescription drugs and even stents and surgery. But the current times are tough. major financial impact with the lockdowns that most states have been going through. We've been working on a way to make this much more affordable with a subscription process, and that's exactly what we're announcing today. We've got 2 levels. One is the Silver membership, where you get access to our courses, a private webinar each month, and access to our supplement store and supplement recommendations and prescription. Or I would suggest even more so, the Gold membership. You can get a script for a Freestyle Libre and find out what your blood sugar metabolism's doing on a daily basis. And you can get a lab order for inflammation, OGTT, and insulin survey. You can also get a 30-minute one-on-one with me. So I'm looking forward to seeing you. Cost is no longer an excuse. So if you're interested, go to go.prevmedheartrisk.com/prevmed-subscription or call us at 859-721-1414, 859-721-1414, or email us at myhealth@prevmedheartrisk.com. Looking forward to seeing you. Thank you.